Hello, Richard Beach here from SonicState.com. We're at the Fender press event, and I'm with Rick Hines, who is going to talk me through some of the most highly anticipated amplifiers that were announced before the show. So, Rick, take it away.
Well, we've got a couple amps to talk about right now. The first one being the 68 Custom Deluxe Reverb amp. The neat thing about these is, people have always loved the 65 vintage reissue Deluxe Reverbs. And we'd had a lot of people asking and talking about the illustrious silver face look and feel. And so rather than just do something where it's just the same amp with a different covering, we wanted to actually offer something to a different player. Okay. So as opposed to an amp being entirely recreated like the vintage original, they're part of the modified series. So with the 68 Deluxe, we've changed a few things, which I'll go through right now. We've done the same. We actually have a twin reverb and a Princeton reverb as well. Yeah. So all those have these features. So with the Deluxe, the first thing we did is we actually reduced the negative feedback. And really what that means is the amp is much more touch sensitive when you play it. The other thing that we did is you have now reverb and tremolo on both channels. Now the originals only had it on the one side, the vibrato side. They didn't have it on the other. With this one, you can access it on both sides, which is really nice. Great classic Fender tremolo. It's all tube. We changed the speaker. Normally we put Jensen speakers in there. We actually are using the Celestion V-type speaker, which is a little bit more immediate. It's got a little bit of a more rock edge. Yeah. So someone that wants to crank up the amp is actually going to get a really nice distorted tone. And then on the other side, we have the custom channel. And what we did is we actually created that channel to sound more like a traditional 57 Bassman. So you've got a Bassman tone stack on that side, and then the traditional vintage tone stack on the other side. Right. So now you have two different tones. The Bassman being a little bit deeper, a little bit lower, breaks up a little bit sooner. And then the last thing we did is, for a lot of people that love to use pedals, and that's me as well, the problem that they have sometimes is they actually put a bright cap on the volume. And really all that means is if you use overdrives or distortions, sometimes it can sound a little too bright for players' taste. Yeah. So what a lot of people do when they modify their amp, the first thing they do is take that cap off. So that we just did that for you. Right. So that's nice. So the idea being with these is it's for players that they know what they like. Maybe they might take it to someone they want it modified, so it's going to do all the things that they want to hear it doing. Okay, sure. So
that's in action. Yeah.
Let's just see how it sounds. So right now we're going to be. Reverb right now. All right, we're on the custom side right now. So, great Fender clean tone. I'm going to turn on the pedal now. We're going to use one of the Fender drive pedals just to show you how the overdrive sounds with it. Okay, so now actually we're going to go ahead and use an AB box so I can show you the differences in the two different sides. So we're going to start with the vintage side, which is more like the traditional black-faced clean tone that everyone likes. So this is a few chords. Switch over. So you can kind of hear it has a deeper, fuller sound. Yeah. So someone that maybe plays a Strat or a Telecaster where it's a little bit of a more bright instrument, they might favor the custom channel. And someone that uses a humbucker might actually go on the vintage side. So that's one of those things that makes the amp great, makes it much more player-centric is what I like to think.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big difference in sound between the two channels, which I imagine no one's going to complain about that. There's a utility
the more options
amp,
you get out of an amp, the better for things like that. When people like all these different sounds these days.
Okay. Yeah. So when is it available? How much is it going to cost?
It's actually available right now. Okay. With the Deluxe, it's actually $9.99. The Princeton's $8.49. And the twin reverb is $12.99. Those are street prices for everybody. So
okay, brilliant. Yeah, let's move on. We've got 57 Deluxe.
All right. Well, this one really dig. I'm just happy with everything we've got going on this year. Okay, so the 57 Deluxe head is actually something that Fender never made. What we used to make is a 1957 Tweed Deluxe combo. It's a sound that, you know, has been heard on countless records. It's one of those you plug in and play, great tonal sound. It's one of those benchmark amps. Now we did a great job as far as success with the 57 Deluxes, and we actually even have an Eric Clapton signature that's based on that amp.
Yeah.
But these days, guitarists like all different flavors, speakers, all kinds of things. So we thought that the next best thing for a player is offering it in a head version so that they could pair it with their favorite cabinet, depending on the speaker they like, the combo, if they want a 212, if they want a 112 cabinet. You know, it does make the amp sound different. And the great thing about this amp is it's hand-wired in Corona, California. So they take all the time and effort that they did with the original Deluxe amps. It's a very simple circuit, but it's about the tonal quality of the notes that it is. So let's just hear it. I think that's the best way to understand what it does. Turn it up a little bit more. This is what these are known for. Then you roll back with the volume. Yeah. You've got your clean tone. So
That to me is just how an amplifier should sound.
absolutely. Very simple circuit. It's about your hands, it's about the guitar, and what you hear in your head comes right out of that.
And so everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people have tried to copy the sound of the 57. What was the deciding factor in going back in and making this?
Well, I think really what it was about was people love the natural tonal sound of what they do, but maybe someone likes a Celestion speaker, maybe someone likes a different type, or they want a little bit more low end. The thing is with this cabinet, we actually do sell this Fender cabinet. It's a Hot Rod Deluxe 112 cab. It's closed back, and because of that, you get more low end. And depending on the speaker, if you want something that's a little bit tighter sounding, you can get a more aggressive sound and maybe not as much sag because of it. So it really just comes down to players' needs, what they want, and giving them more options.
Okay, great. Which seems to be a running theme with Fender amps.
It really is, yeah. Simplicity, more options, making sure that we're listening to players and giving them what they want and need.
And when is it available? How much
Now
does it cost?
it's going to be available late February, early March. And because it is hand-wired in California, it's going to be right around 25 street price. So, yeah.
All right, brilliant. Well, Rick, as ever, thank you. I've been Richard Beach. Thank you very much for watching, and stick around on sonicstate.com for more guitar videos.